Hey everybody, this is Daryl Shergan, Quest for Vape. We are live and I have a special guest here all the way from the West Coast, from Vancouver, British Columbia. I know I built up some anticipation and excitement and mystery about this because I'm kind of excited. She is a vape reviewer. She also has a lot of other creative videos, and she has two separate channels, one of them for beauty and vaping, and the other channel for her dance and photography stuff. And I'm going to introduce you to her. But first, I want to show you guys a quick video clip because I came across a YouTube reviewer who was reviewing some very nice kits from Joytech and Aspire. And then I looked a little further and I said, oh my God, this gal's really got a lot of talent and she's killing it with her YouTube channel. And I know I'm building up the mystery, but hold on one second. Let me introduce you to Farouk. And she has a YouTube channel called Mahafsoun. Did I pronounce that right?
Good. Excellent.
Okay. And this is just a short clip. Let me present this to everybody. I know, I'm building up anticipation. They don't believe that, that you're actually here. Hold on one second. I screwed something up right there. Sorry. Let's cancel that. Sorry about that. It's when you're live, there's always a little bit of technical difficulty. Okay, so here's my screen. And here she is.
I'm pronouncing that correctly, Ego One. So I got mine from GearBest. I will leave a link down below where you guys can get it, and I will also leave a link down below to their overall website. So first off,
That is a review of the Joytech Ego One starter kit. And this is Farouk's other channel where she does speed metal belly dancing. Okay, I'm gonna have to pause that because I can watch that all day, but so now that you've been introduced to Farouk, here she is. And one second, wait. There you go.
Hello.
Oh, more technical difficulty. See, I don't really have her on here. I was just fooling everybody. Present to everybody. One second. Okay. Okay, I'm done talking. Take it away.
Hello. It's great to be here, and I've been very excited about this little live show, and it's exciting. Thanks for having me.
Cool. Thanks for agreeing to this collaboration. Thanks for jumping on here with me. Right now we have 31 viewers, and you know, my channel Quest for Vape is all about finding really cool stuff in vaping. That includes gear, juice, events, and also very interesting people. And I've made it a hobby of mine to meet and find YouTubers, other creative talents on there, both in vaping and outside of vaping, and continue to collaborate. And so when I came across your channel, I was like, oh man, I got to do something with this gal because she's very creative. There's a lot of wonderful stuff. So here we are. Why don't you introduce people, yourself to people, and then tell us how you got into vaping and how you got into vape reviews.
Awesome. Well, I started on the internet as a belly dancer dancing to metal music, and then a few years later, and a few years ago when I was in the UK, I saw that a lot of people had these little thin vape pens. Everybody just whipped it out and vaped, and I was like, this is cool. I want one. And so I got myself a really cheap, horrible quality one from some smoke shop, and I was just having so much fun with it. And then as I was getting more and more interested in this, I saw bigger devices and people were creating so much cloud, and it was just beautiful. And I thought that I want to learn how to do that, and I want to have one of those devices and learn as much as I can about them, about cloud chasing, about just, liquids as well. When I first got my very first little vape pen, the liquid was a crappy one. It was a little tiny, very bad tasting, but I liked it. I didn't know there were better ones out there. I had no idea there was Suicide Bunny. I had no idea there was Rasta Vapors and all those other brands out there. So as soon as I got my hands on some decent vape gear, I wanted to make review videos about them and start talking about them.
That's awesome. So what was what do you vape on these days? What are you vaping on now?
At the moment, I'm vaping on my Aspire Odyssey Mini kit. This little guy right here. It's just very small. I'm throwing it in my purse and just vaping with this right now. And the liquid that I'm really loving is the Rasta Vapors Visit from their Visit collection. I'm like pretty much done. So that's what I'm vaping right now. And it's just deliciousness. Strawberry heaven.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. I saw on your channel that you do have, from time to time, you do have some very nice vape reviews on products as well as juice. What's been your favorite product of all time that you got to review?
My favorite product of all time? I think it was probably the first thing I got to review. It was my first time making an official review video. It was for Aspire. And I believe that review video was my favorite one. And it was just a very special one. It brought a lot of people to the channel. And I think as far as it goes, it's also my most viewed video too on the second channel. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Very cool.
Aspire Atlantis 2 tank and the ESP mod, if I'm correct. So many mods now.
Yeah. I saw that video of yours. That was a big game changer when that Atlantis 2 came out. Big,
cool. It's still one of my favorite tanks. I really love using that tank, and it's just, I don't know, I just feel very comfortable with it, since Aspire tanks were the first ones I got when I got into more like hardcore vaping, and it still has a special place in my heart.
That's great. That's awesome. So you're up in Vancouver, British Columbia, and do you go to vape shops? What's the vaping scene and community like up there?
Actually, I live very close to a really cool vape shop called Clouds, and I think Clouds, and it's just a few minutes away from me. And sometimes I will pop in there and taste some liquids, see what they have, and they have some beautiful devices. And it's just a bunch of awesome guys, very informative. They're very passionate about vaping and also about safety as well. So whenever I get a chance to go there, I like having conversations with them and just sitting there. And it's like a vape lounge too, so it's very friendly. It's just lovely environment. Very nice. Good to know. So if you're ever in Vancouver, you can go to Clouds, and Absolutely.
you have a vaping home away from home.
Very true, very true. And it smells lovely all the time.
Cool. There are some really good juice companies that come out of Canada as well. I know of one in particular in Vancouver. That's, I think, Premium Labs, that has Decoded, right?
I believe. I don't think I've ever tried their liquids, but I know that a lot of the shops that I pop into.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, we'll have to make sure that they know who you are, and I'll ask them to send you some. It's a good juice line. I think they have about 5 or 6 different lines of juice, right? I am, by the way, at a vape shop right now. I'm going to just take my camera off a little, and I'm going to put Ari on the spot here. He's sitting on the other side. So if there is background noise, it's because I'm at a vape shop, as I tend to be more often than not in my videos. Okay, so let's talk about, what about advocacy? Are you aware of, or could you tell us a little about what's going on up in Canada with vaping and advocacy? Any regulation? Nothing heavy.
To be honest, it's kind of bad to say, I understand, but I'm not too familiar with what's going on with vape regulations up here. And I think what I can see from someone who vapes casually, I'm pretty much a casual vapor, not as hardcore as I would have wanted to be, but I believe that it's growing. People are opening up a little bit more to the idea of vaping. There are fewer and fewer people who are kind of doubting the
Yeah.
whole transitioning to vaping thing if you are a smoker. So people are, open-minded. More people are vaping. I'm walking down the street and seeing more and more people using e-cigarettes rather than, their traditional cigarettes, and it's just lovely. But I'm not familiar with the regulations and whether it's anything bad is going to happen or anything bad is happening or they're banning it some places here. I believe it's okay for now, but I could be wrong.
Fair enough. No, it's okay to vape up there for now. They give American companies a hassle trying to ship juice across there for sale, but no, I don't know. It's okay. Hey, to one extent or another, people get involved and are aware, but don't worry about it. I wasn't putting you on the spot.
No,
I remember back when I did smoke right before I quit, I was up in Canada and it was very expensive. It was I think 12 or 13 bucks for a pack of cigarettes up there in Canada.
And it's also, as far as e-liquids go, I know that some of the local shops had to stop selling a lot of American brands because the cost of the shipping would mean that they would have to make the liquid really expensive, and people were just not willing to pay that much. So when you said, yeah, it is, American liquid brands, they're having difficulties shipping to Canada, that is pretty much true. A lot of brands have stopped being sold and shops nearby.
Yeah, and that's a real shame because there's a lot of good companies that people up in Canada would like to try but can't. And we do get a lot of different, I'm seeing a lot more and more brands coming out of Canada. So unfortunately, it's a one-way street. We get to enjoy all of your great juice line companies, and you're getting to enjoy less and less of ours. But hopefully they can still ship it to you as giveaways and stuff and for review.
At least I get to try it out and tell the American viewers that they're awesome.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about vape expos. Are there any up there? Do you ever go to any of them? Have you heard of any?
I've never been to any of them in Vancouver. I know that there are, but I've never been to any of them in Vancouver. Not yet.
Okay. Well, if you ever have,
I'm excited to go one day, but to be honest, between you and me, I'm just kidding. But I still feel very much like a beginner when it comes to vaping because I feel like every time brands come out with new devices and you can upgrade the software of the device, it's just insane how much you can do with vaping. So I feel like I'm always learning and I'm always seeing people that are just so much more informative than I am, and I'm just humble and learning. So I kind of feel pretty much still like a beginner when it comes to vaping. So going to the those vape events, I'm gonna have to toughen up a little bit, learn a bit more, study, and then go, just so that if someone starts talking to me about something, I'm able to reply and understand what they're saying to me. So.
No, you're all right. You're all right. You don't have to go study up to go to a vape expo.
I am so aware that my review videos are very much, they're understandable for beginners. I think the way I explain things, beginners can totally understand. But I'm trying to learn from people who are more informative. They get into detail about it. They use terms that I have to Google and figure out what it means. So, but I kind of like the fact that, I am a beginner. The way I speak about the products, it's from a beginner's point of view. So people who are starting can still get a really good device and have me telling them in my very beginner way what it's like. Without getting too informative and without getting too detailed about the devices, just, being more understandable for them.
Absolutely. I totally agree. There's something to be said for relatability, and folks just starting out want to learn, don't necessarily want to hear a college professor talk in those terms. They just want to hear, how does this thing work? In terms of that. Yeah. Cool. So, all right. Tell us a little, is it okay to ask you about the belly dancing? How'd you get into that?
Yeah. I started dancing in 2007. I started belly dancing with normal, regular, traditional belly dance music. And then at the same time, I was falling in love with metal music. So, my brain went metal belly dance. Let's do it together. Let's see, because I love metal. I love belly dance. Let's just see what happens. And then I started doing it and posting it on YouTube. And then the metal community was really awesome. They loved it, and they encouraged me, and they introduced me to newer bands and more bands to dance to. And I did, and it actually got me to perform alongside on stage with bands that I was a fan of since I was like little, basically bands such as Moonspell, Epica. So I actually got to meet and perform with some of my favorite bands because of that. And that's and I'm still doing the belly dancing. It is still the main thing that I do. Vaping is just a side love that I have, but the main thing is absolutely still belly dancing.
That's awesome. Yeah, I watched one or two of the videos that you have on your channel. The other channel is Mahafsoun's. No, this is Mahafsoun's Lair. The other one is just Mahafsoun.
Yeah, the Mahafsoun channel is the main channel where I post videos that I've spent like 9 to 12 hours editing. And the second channel is, review videos, random video blogs, just good times. It's it's actually more personal. It's more face-to-face with people. It's me just talking about my everyday life, or talking about a vape product, or just something where there's more room to have a conversation with the audience.
That's great. So yeah, if you guys ever have a chance, check out her main channel, and there will be like huge concerts with like metal bands up there playing, and she's on stage dancing while they're just thrashing out. It's really cool.
It surprisingly works. I know for the first 30 seconds, whenever I'm on stage, people are just like, they're just confused, and then they just get into it. They start to accept it. I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna be on stage for the next 3 minutes. So, but it's really fun. It's weird, but in a really fun, new way, I think.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm 44, so I've been listening to heavy metal since I was a teenager. And then when I saw you, like, and belly dancing is so traditional, and it's so like, I don't know, not it's like the furthest thing away from metal that I would have ever thought you'd put together.
That's the part that makes it fit so well with metal, is when the guys are just headbanging and just going crazy. You have like a woman just softly dancing, or I will headbang with them now and then, but it's kind of a nice contrast on stage where everybody's just chaotic, and then you have this one like female figure, just very slow movements. It kind of looks powerful. It looks like a scene from a movie, in my head at least. But
yeah, absolutely. Well, that's cool. I want to jump into chat and see if people have any questions, and say hello to everybody over there. There's 43 people right now. And by the way, there will be some giveaways during the course of this for people who are watching in chat. Everybody says, thank you for opening up our eyes today. Oh, Shane Smith has watched some of your videos. All right.
Thank you.
People are
I'm trying to figure out how to see the chat. I don't think I'm able to see it.
You're not? Okay. I don't want to walk you through that. I'd love to show you how. It's not that hard. If you have the video open on the YouTube channel, it should be coming up on the side. But if we try and troubleshoot that, it takes a little while.
Oh, don't worry.
Okay. But I'm just going to say hello to everybody out there. There's Chipster. There's Milkman John. Yeah, awesome creative stuff on Farouk's channel. So definitely, they're like, Daryl, how'd you pull that guest? Well, I asked, and she said yes. So here she is. Ask somebody to collaborate, and they can say yes or no. So that's what it's about. But for me, YouTube, yes, I started on YouTube as a vape review guy, but I also have this creative side of me that's coming out as I learn to edit, as I learn different things. And there's other stuff that I'm going to be doing, probably not on this channel, but so I think it's interesting to run across somebody who does vape reviews, but also, so you started from another area and then you do this.
Absolutely. And I'm still doing the other area more. I'm kind of trying to pump out the last few vape reviews that I have, and focus on dancing for a little bit. I think I've done like probably 30 videos now in the last few months. So I have a few giveaways going as well on the channel. One is going to go up today, but trying to pump those out and then focus a little bit on dancing and then go back into vaping again. So yeah, it's fun, and it's possible to balance both your creative and something else that you have.
Awesome. Yeah, when the bigger companies start really figuring out who you are and that you have an audience and that that they want you to do reviews, all of a sudden it can be overwhelming. So also try and balance that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I feel so honored, and I feel so, it's amazing to be able to review for Aspire, Joytech. It's fantastic to be able to to review for Eastigator, all these like names that I was purchasing way before I started reviewing for them. But at the same time, sometimes it can get too overwhelming because I have to learn about the devices before I talk about them. I have to spend a few days playing around with it, taking it out with me, and just seeing how it is. It takes some time, absolutely.
Yeah, it certainly does. Okay, so let's do a giveaway right now for the folks in chat. And the way I'm going to do this is just ask a very simple question, which if you guys were watching, you'll know the answer to. The first giveaway is going to be for a Coolfire 4 temperature control TC100. This is the Coolfire 4 TC100 from Innikin, and that's the mod. And I also have a tank. So I'm going to give away the white mod and the white tank, and that's the giveaway. Wait, I'm not done yet. Yeah, that's a good giveaway. I'm going to do another giveaway at the end of our show here. So for everybody in chat, hold on, let me jump back. What do you think about that? Is that a nice giveaway to win a mod and a tank?
That looks amazing. I would be excited to have that.
It's a self-contained, so the battery is not removable. You recharge it with an internal battery. It's 100 watts. It does temperature control for nickel, titanium, and stainless steel. Daniel, DJ LSB Vapes, has already tested this thing and says he's in Portugal. He's very smart. He puts stuff on gizmos and tests them on equipment, and he says this is very, very accurate and very smooth and performs well. So I haven't even opened it up. I haven't done my review, but they sent me a few. So I'm doing a giveaway here in honor of my guest, Farouk. And so to win that, you have to be subscribed to my channel. You have to be subscribed to her channel as well, Mahafsoun's Lair. And the question for this giveaway is going to be very easy. You guys all ready? What city does Farouk live in? Let's see who gets it. Come on, guys, you didn't pick up on that? I even said it a few. Vancouver, there we go. John A1, John A, you got it, Vancouver. So John A, just email me, questforvape@gmail.com. Email me with your contact info, and after I get off this live show, we'll dot the I's and cross the T's to get that to you. Yep, there's already a winner. I see everybody was listening, and the answer to that question was Vancouver, British Columbia. Okay, I'm back. Would you like to ask me any questions? That's a question for you, Farouk.
For me? Oh, I thought it's the audience. Ask you questions, personal or device?
Whatever.
Awesome. How did you start? How did you start the your vape channel? What got you into starting a vape channel?
Well, I quit smoking, and I was one of these obsessed vapors, like buying all kinds of gear and give me another tank. This one's no good. Give me another juice. I don't like this one. And I would just go to vape shops feeling really stupid. And some vape shops are more welcoming than others. Some are just really cliquey and snotty. And I'm a grown man. I smoked for 26 years. So I just wanted information. And I would just go in, and I didn't want to look stupid. So I would just buy like 2 or 3 juices and then maybe a device or a tank and leave, and then go home and put it all together and try and figure out. And I'd be like, well, I didn't like that one. Okay, let me go tomorrow and go to a different shop to spread out the embarrassment. And little by slow, I learned things. And I kind of wanted to share a little bit of my experiences in the very beginning with smokers because I knew, hey, if this thing works and it's working for me, I know I'm going to forget about what it felt like to be new, to be fresh, when this was exciting, when this was, wow, I just changed my life and got rid of a very harmful addiction for this. So I kind of wanted to share for other people who were new. And as I got into it and people started actually watching my videos, I started to get more knowledgeable. I started to learn more, try out other more powerful devices. And I got really into the technical side of like building. And then I would just do like technical stuff, doing builds. So it just kind of like, as it grew and people started watching and making comments, I got more enthusiastic about it. Like, wow, I can't believe anybody's watching this bullshit that I do. And it just kind of grew and grew. I started going to some vape expos just to see what's it all about. And that was exciting. And then I wanted to do more of that. So that's how I grew with that. But both of my parents were artists. And I always had a very creative side to me, which I put aside. I was a banker. I come from a background as a mortgage banker for close to 20 years. I still do finance. I'm self-employed. I have my own business. I'm like a loan broker for business loans. And I've condensed that to like a couple of hours here and there a day because vaping's my passion. And then now lately, just being a YouTuber and doing things on YouTube is really becoming a passion. So pretty soon I'm set to upgrade equipment, get like a real camera. I do everything on my iPhone and a webcam, and I edit in YouTube Editor. It's really ridiculous. I've seen. Fantastic. What's that?
The quality is fantastic.
Well, thank you. It wasn't always the case. It's getting better. In the beginning, I didn't even edit. I would just like hit record and then walk around the table and then sit down, and I didn't know how to cut that out. But you know, I'm getting better. I'm
happy to help you out. Suggest some cameras that are good for that.
Okay, awesome. I look forward to. I'll definitely be picking your brain on technical stuff. And now I have a few editing programs, and I'm learning how to use those. So just like you're learning more about vaping and that aspect, and your videos are incredible. The way you edit, like, that's a real thing.
I edit everything myself from the main channel to the second channel. It's just editing is another weird passion of mine because, you know, I couldn't afford hiring a videographer for the studio videos, so I had to learn to make it look like I have a videographer in every video, when in fact it's just a tripod and editing.
Oh, wow. So you take a few different angles and then like kind of split them in.
Make it look like someone's holding the camera.
Wow, awesome. Hey, you know, I mean, a lot of the folks doing YouTube for vaping, since vaping is so niche and it's so such an obsession and a niche hobby, we're not very critical of like what's going on in the person's background, what's going on with their video quality. It's more about the product, the knowledge, the personality. But the bigger channels start to get better, and then and I'm seeing you coming in with this like professional editing, production quality, and it's really kind of cool to see. So.
And also, one more question I have. What is your current favorite setup, including the liquid as well?
Okay, so that changes quite frequently because I am an obsessed person with vaping. So I don't know. I think I'm going to say my current favorite setup is probably this right here. This just brass, simple copper tube mech mod from Avid Life. And simple, no gadgets, no chip. Just hit the button and go. That's just a personal comfort thing. It's brass and it's very nautical, and I like that. But as far as mods go, I'm liking this big chunky thing. Look, I even have some branding, my logo on there. And then just a variety of really good quality rebuildable tanks that have come out, rebuildable atomizers these days. So those are my favorites. And then as far as juice goes, thank you for asking, because I love to give a shout out to really good companies. This is probably my all-time favorite juice ever. It's a blueberry cheesecake from Mazer Vapes, and I've been vaping this for close to 6 months. I can't stop every day. I haven't gotten sick of it yet, and that's rare for me. I usually get sick of all juices after I vape them too much. This one's still going steady, but I do get a lot of juice to review. Some of it I do videos on, some of it I don't, but so I'm always trying different juices. I don't know. I tend to go more towards bakery flavors, vanilla custards, desserts, not so much on the fruity side.
Excellent.
And how about you? What did I ask you this before? Actually, you did answer the question.
Yeah,
what was your favorite?
Aspire Odyssey mini kit. This guy right here. And my liquid right now is the Viscid from Rasta Vapors. Strawberry Heaven.
Okay, Rasta Vapors. I don't think I've ever tried them.
They're pretty good. It's very in your face though. Their liquids, the flavors are pretty strong. Like you can still smell it like 15 minutes away.
Okay,
like,
wow.
You vape, you're gonna still be like, oh, okay, I smell a bit of strawberry right there. But it's a pretty strong liquid as far as the flavor goes. I like it.
Okay, very cool. Very cool. Let's see. What else are people asking in chat? Because they do have a lot of comments. We're talking about some mech mods. We're talking about, hey guys, out there in chat, ask some questions. You've got Farouk here, and let's go ahead. I have questions, but I want to see what folks out in chat have to ask.
Your comments. I'm so sorry I can't see them. I would totally be.
I'm sorry.
Blind. No worries, no worries. Probably my thing. But yeah, you let me know what they're asking, and I'd be happy to answer.
They're asking for a link to your channel, so I'm going to give that to them. Is it two separate words or one straight word? Mahafsoun's Lair.
Mahafsoun Lair. Maybe if I write, will it come out?
I don't know. Where are you writing? No.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. What'd you do?
But it's basically youtube.com/Mahafsoun Lair, MAHAFSOUN LAIR.
Okay, cool. No S in there. Mahafsoun. Tommy Lee? Nope. He asked if you ever get, he says you're beautiful and asks if you get harassed or like comments.
YouTube, absolutely, yeah. I mean, every video there's a few weird comments that eventually get deleted, but they're just the kind of comments that make you want to take a shower. So absolutely happens. Yeah, this is the internet. I can't lie. Stuff like that does happen. Yeah.
Yep. So you get thick skin and real tough and.
Oh yeah, I mean I started making videos back in 2010, so I had a few years to like realize what the internet is gonna be like before I started making vape review videos. So that's kind of why I'm, even though I'm still learning and trying to get there, I'm still making the videos no matter what, because it doesn't matter. I've been told worse things before, so yeah.
That's usually just jealousy.
But it's I think it's fun. I think the community is filled with so many different types of people. We have extremely knowledgeable people that have been doing this for many, many years, like yourself. And then we also have beginners that want someone who can make it understandable and make it easy to understand. And I will be there to do that because I am still learning. And the way I explain things is going to be as a beginner. So I'm happy to be able to help out at least the people who are beginners like I was and like I am, and make videos that are a bit more understandable. And they're very lengthy, so.
Yes, but they're good though. They're very thorough, your reviews. They're very detailed.
I try to be.
So I had a question a little more on the personal side, if that's okay. I know because I've watched your Q&A video where people ask you questions, and so I know the answer to this, but what is your nationality?
I am from Iran. I'm Persian. I also have a little bit of Azerbaijani and Arabic, and I also have a little bit of Russian from my mom's side.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, yeah, I never really mentioned the Russian part. This is probably like the first time that I've ever mentioned the Russian part, but I do have like a bit of Russian as well. But I mean, I was born and raised in Iran, and I moved to Canada as like an 8.5, 9-year-old kid. So, yeah.
Okay, cool. I grew up in Brooklyn, and I had quite a few Persian friends. And then I also worked early in the mid 90s. I worked for a Persian mortgage company, so I would play cards with those guys. And this is all I know how to say in Persian. Chikamikoni.
Oh, what are you doing? Yeah. Very good. Very good.
Because anytime somebody put down the wrong card, they'd be like, Chikamikoni. But very passionate, very emotional, very hot-headed friends that I had anyway. But really dear and dear. What's that?
That sounds like a lot of us, passionate and hot-headed. Yeah, it's okay to say it. That's true. We're a very passionate nation.
Now, I was very surprised because it's a very strict culture and it's a very strict community. And I wouldn't have expected a Persian gal to be doing like speed metal and even dressed like the parents I know that were so strict. So how do your parents, how do your family feel about you and your art?
I mean, we do live in Canada, right? So they're very, very open-minded about the fact that I was raised here. I'm not going to have the same mentality as someone raised over there. We are still very traditional with our, like the way that we are, you know, like very family-oriented. We are still very much traditional in that sense. But everything else is just art. I think they're very open-minded and understand that what I do and how I dance, it's just the art aspect of who I am, you know what I mean? So it doesn't make a person good or bad. And the way you dress, I mean, to an extent, yes, I can understand it being a little bit different, but it's still just clothing. It's still just fashion. If it's all black, doesn't make a person sad, you know? That's just, you know, how a person likes to dress. So they're very, very open-minded. That's one thing I'm lucky to have.
Very cool. Awesome. And I think I saw or heard somewhere on one of your videos, are you still in school?
No, my full-time school is starting. It's going to be medical laboratory tech. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. And I'm very excited. It's gonna start in September, and I will become a medical lab technologist. So awesome. I'll be poking people, and I will be a professional vampire. So that's fun, taking their blood.
Okay, awesome, awesome. She's got smarts, she's got looks, she vapes. I don't know, guys. All right, let's see I just want to read some more comments.
Thank you.
See what folks have to say. Yeah, that's right. She is very smart.
Thank you.
Good personality, very funny, down to earth. Yeah, you got it all, sweetheart.
Great.
Okay. Now people are talking about vaping and asking questions about tanks. Sorry, man, this isn't the hour we're going to talk about how to build a sub-ohm tank. I'm sorry, man. I'll talk about that on Tuesdays. Daniel Webster asks, do you like the band Type O Negative?
Oh, of course. Of course. Yeah, absolutely.
Cool, cool. And you've done some videos using Nightwish soundtracks, right?
I have, yes. They are one of my favorite bands.
That's an awesome band. I love their music. Very cool, very cool. So, all right. Yep, we are in a vape shop. There's a customer over there. Let's see. I got a million things I want to ask and talk to you about, but there's time. We'll collaborate again. I want to do another giveaway if that's all right with you.
Absolutely.
Okay, so another sponsor of this show. I turn them into sponsors. They just send stuff to review, and then I pick unique opportunities to go ahead and give stuff away.
Awesome.
So we have Lost Art e-liquid. I've got 4 bottles of that in 30 milliliter size bottles, so that's 120 mils of juice. And we've got the Bee's Knees, that's a milk and honey, I believe. We've got the Slaughter's Pops from Lost Arts, that's their new one they came out with. Cottontail Cream, that's strawberry and cream, that's a delicious one. And then, oh yeah, PB Crisp, peanut butter crisp. So those 4 flavors of juice. We've also got a sub-ohm tank from iJoy. This is called the Goodger tank. It's a top fill sub-ohm tank, and it's Goodger. So some lucky winner. Oh, and a hat from Lost Art e-Liquids. See that? Nice snapback hat. If you have a head the size of mine, don't wear hats. It doesn't work. It's just not a good look. So that's the giveaway. And I don't know. Farouk, why don't you pick a question? I'm putting you on the spot. It's okay if you can't think of anything.
Question for the crowd or for you?
Yeah. A question for the crowd to answer something very simple they may know from watching this video we're in right now. And the first person who answers that question will win this nice giveaway.
Excellent. Oh, what did I say is my favorite current vape on? I said it twice.
Okay, what is Farouk's favorite vape setup? Did you say juice or setup like equipment-wise?
Set up the device.
Okay, what is her favorite device?
How much is liquid? 20 bucks.
Aspire. Brian Smith says Aspire. Shane Smith says Odyssey.
Good.
Jeremy Curtis says Aspire Atlantis.
Nope.
Has anybody got it yet?
If you say the full name of it, yes, you'll win.
Shane Smith says Aspire Odyssey.
That's good. That's good.
That's it?
Yeah. Aspire Odyssey mini kit. Yeah.
Okay. Shane Smith, congratulations. You answered that. Let me just make sure nobody answered it correctly first. Shane Smith got it. Okay, buddy. You know my email address. He's won stuff on my channel before. Shane Smith, congratulations. You won 120 milliliters of Lost Art e-Liquid. Have you ever tried that line, Farouk?
I haven't, no.
Oh, okay. A lot of candy flavors, a lot of good, very, very sweet, very bold flavors. So Shane Smith just won 120 mils of juice, a snapback hat, and a Goodger sub-ohm tank from iJoy. Thank you very much, iJoy and Lost Art e-Liquid, for providing me cool shit to give away on my channel when I have a nice guest on. All right, so we got a couple of giveaways here. I try and provide something that's useful, worthwhile, that's good to vape on, that people are going to like, and that's also worth spending. I make people pay $8 for shipping, and if you are in another country, then you could buy that stuff for less than it would cost you to ship there. But anyway, that was our second giveaway. Very nicely done. That's all I have for giveaway stuff, but all right. Let's see. Isadel says, crap. Yeah, man, you weren't smart. You weren't fast enough or weren't listening. Sorry about that. But I typically do about 2 to 3 giveaways a week. I like to do a giveaway when I'm doing a review, and I like to kind of funnel good stuff back to people that watch my channel as an incentive to tune in. Everybody here watching, there's 65 people watching right now. They stopped what they were doing and they're watching us, and I appreciate that. And you guys have to make sure you subscribe to Farouk's channels and appreciate her art and her everything she does, as well as the vaping stuff. So thank you very much for being an inspiration to folks on YouTube and to smokers out there and vapors out there. Thank you for being relatable and taking, what's that?
Thank you so much. And I have to thank them too, because when I made my first review video, I pretty much had no idea what I was doing. And they were so kind. They were so welcoming. They definitely made me feel like I was a part of that community. And so the people that are on my channel, I see them on other channels too, so they're a part of a bigger community as well. But they make me feel welcome. They make me feel like I can make these videos and do my thing and be happy. So thank you, guys. And thank you for having me on this show as well and introducing me to more lovely people.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure. More people should know about you. Keep doing what you do. Do it well. I'm sure we'll collaborate again in the future.
Absolutely.
However, for now, let's leave people always wanting more. And before we go, I'm just going to play a little bit more of that wonderful speed metal belly dancing, if you don't mind.
Of course.
One time I saw on one of your videos Mike Vapes made a comment, and this is going back probably a year ago, and he goes, "Oh, finally I found somebody on YouTube better looking than me."
Oh yeah, I remember his comment. Yeah, he's awesome. He's so cool.
He is awesome, and that was very funny. Okay, so hold on one second. I think I have the screen. What's up, buddy?
Greenception.
Screen share is up, and okay. Now, if you want to watch, go to Farouk's channel and watch her stuff on her channel. No, I'm on a live. I'm actually broadcasting live. Stop screen share, and we're back. This is my buddy Shy. I ambushed him. You put on that hat. Put on that hat. This is Shy. He owns the shop here.
Hello.
This is my friend Farouk.
Her last name is Farouk.
Her first name.
Farouk?
Mm-hmm. No, no, she's not Turkish.
No. Tahki Arabi?
Pardon?
Thank you. That's enough. Yes, you do.
Yes, she does.
Yeah. I'm Syrian. I was born in Turkey.
Nice.
Yeah. That's cool. I'll let you two talk. I just gotta do a few things. I'll be back.
Sorry for ambushing you. When hold on one second. When I used to smoke, I used to buy my cigarettes from Shy.
Wow.
And then, like, he didn't see me for months. And then I stopped by the gas station because he worked, like, right around the corner from my house. And he was like, "Where were you? I thought you died." And I was like, "Oh, I quit smoking. I vape now." And he was like, "Oh, what's that?" And I blew a huge cloud right in the shop there. And he was like, "Oh, you can't do that in here." 3 months later, he opens his own vape shop.
That's amazing. Such a cool story.
Yeah.
I love hearing about people's stories about quitting smoking. It's so life-changing for them, and everybody just lights up like you are right now talking about it. People just light up when they're talking about transitioning into vaping and how it changed their lives. So, you know, it makes me so happy to hear these kinds of stories, and also equally as pissed when I hear people saying nonsense like, "Oh, it's just as bad as smoking." It's like, no. It's life-changing. It's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely. All right. So, well, hey, thank you so much for coming on here. Let's say goodbye to everybody. And if you've got a vape, I'm going to take a quick vape and let's say goodbye to everybody.
Thank you so much for watching, guys.
Oh, by the way, everybody, the UL Rafael tank in black. Yep. I just got this. They sent it to me. Well, Farouk, thank you so much. Be well, and we'll see you at some point in the near future.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure being here.
I'm just going to stop the broadcast, but don't you go anywhere, okay?
Excellent.